But yes, I did it. I flew the infamous Spirit Airline. The worst airline in America. Spirit among the worst airlines in the world. The airline with the worst reputation in America. Yes, for years now, I've made fun of the so-called Spirit Airlines here, even on this channel, making satire videos about how crappy they are. Our staff and crew are very friendly. Your luggages are in a very good hand and we will not rip it. The max luggage weight is 40 pounds. Normal check-in procedure. The seats are very comfortable and have a lot of legroom. You wouldn't have to hope to not have an overweight person next to you. We are very good rated on TripAdvisor. We cancel every third flight, 30 minutes before the actual flight. Yeah, okay, that video wasn't very good, but something we can say is that, Spirit Airlines is incredibly hated throughout the whole US. People even fear to fly it. They really avoid to.
Huge mistake. I booked Spirit. Has anyone done that yet? The plane didn't actually take off. A giant man came out and picked us up and just threw us to Las Vegas.
But on the other hand, it is the 7th largest airline of the United States. And so forever I've been asking myself, is it really that bad? In today's video, I would like to find out. And so everybody, it is 5 in the morning. We are right now in an Uber here in Houston, Texas. I visited that town last weekend for the FS Expo, and I had a free day on Sunday that we're now going to use to fly the Spirit Airlines here from Houston to Atlanta. And then back from Atlanta to Houston. That whole free day, which is going to be a funny experience, getting out of the plane and then entering the very plane again. To Houston and back. Great. Before we actually go fly, let's go ahead and talk numbers. Spirit Airlines, of course, is a low-cost airline. So it's, of course, interesting how much we end up paying for the flight. And that part wasn't really bad. The first flight I booked here 10 days prior to departure, and it was 85 euros. The second flight, back from Atlanta to Houston, I booked the night before, and that one was 250 euros. Why the weird invoice, you might ask? Yes, you have to book via an external booking site because the Spirit Airlines website just simply doesn't work in Europe. Literally, it only works in the US. But yes, considering the booking times, the flights aren't that bad. They are very cheap. Although I'm very glad I only packed light. Yes, I only had a backpack with me. Otherwise, things can get really expensive on Spirit.
The ticket was $19. The bag was $142. I don't understand.
Anyway, it was then time to rush to the gate. You can see how I'm a little bit concerned. Here we are at the gate, waiting with the other folks for the airplane. Kind of getting some news flashbacks.
Tuesday night, police say an officer was assaulted by a customer.
No, just kidding. I was not actually attacked by a Florida man. Anyway, we can already see our beautiful plane in front of us. Yes, we can spot a Spirit plane from miles away. The bright yellow livery. Choosing the second most visible color in the spectrum kind of already showcases the attention-grabbing style that Spirit Airlines kind of follows. For example, in their controversial advertisements that are very strange with their 69th plane or other older ads. No, they're not a serious airline. They're a very self-conscious, ironic airline, which is honestly not even too bad. Talking about not too bad, we're about aboard this pretty new A320neo, 3 years old, modern plane. It's parked right at the gate. We don't have to take a bus like on Ryanair. Also, I've mentioned that we are at George Bush International Airport. No, this is not any airport. This is the big one. Ryanair in Europe would fly to the smallest airport that is mostly not even in the same country as its actual destination. Great. All right, getting serious. It's boarding time. All right, there you go. We're already inside of the plane. Now, of course, our seat is in the back because a proper reservation for a seat in the front costs a lot of money, like 40 bucks, something like that. I don't know. Something that's real nice though is like the front seats are like big seats and they're only like a 2-row, which is nicer than European business class on A320s. It is ridiculous. These are ridiculously nice. Anyway, let's take a look at our seats. And this is where, of course, it gets very interesting with Spirit Airlines. They're very known for having only like this 28-inch leg room. Let's check out the leg room. And let me tell you, it wasn't bad at all. Yes, I had a bonus experience. The plane wasn't fully booked. So me and my neighbor had a space between us. Incredibly amazing. Honestly, this was a very, very comfortable ride. Uh-oh. Like genuinely, leather seating and all that. The plane even had a vaping function.
Again, it's just a dust cover that just keeps the little winglet covered up to just keep everything out of there. Again, our maintenance guys are out there. They're going to be covering that up for us and just re-securing the little cap that's in there. Shouldn't be too much longer. Again, we do apologize about that.
Now, buddy, that I call a Spirit Airline classic. Yes, the plane is broken, and that's why our flight right now is a bit delayed. It's a small portion of the plane, very small at the winglet, but still, that costs like, I think, a 45-minute delay around that. Spirit is very much hated for being unreliable, but come on, let's fix the problem. All we need is some glue. Great. But to be fair, though, that can happen to any airline, so it's fine anyway. It's finally time now to start taxiing through the Spirit Airlines infested airport. Gladly enough, in the security announcements, the flight attendants show that they haven't really lost their fun.
Smaller items such as fanny packs, purses, Gucci, Chanel, Fendi, Coach, Louis Vuitton. All those beautiful items strapped to your body must come off of you. They have to be placed underneath the seats in front of you. That's also for your safety.
Again, this is what I mean by Spirit being not like Lufthansa. They are definitely not serious like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see who is paying attention. Go ahead and point to where that oxygen mask is going to come from. That's awesome. 3 of you are going to get oxygen. That's great. That's perfect.
Now, of course, since now we're in midair with Spirit Airlines, it's time now to spend money. And the first thing we're going to spend money on is the Wi-Fi. Yes, this plane has Wi-Fi. Incredibly cheap Wi-Fi, $8. Actually, that's all right. I mean, on the flight to Houston at Air France, I paid $30. Now it's time for a mandatory speed check. God damn it, that is a faster connection than I've had on the ground lots of times. I'm starting to run out of things to hate about the airline. Come on! We need to find something bad about the airline. It's time to order food. I was, of course, hoping for the equivalent of the Ryanair lasagna. Okay, it was disgusting. It was absolutely revolting. The worst thing I've ever eaten in my entire... And I've eaten some really trash things. Seriously. Of course, here on Spirit Airlines, food costs, even a small water bottle costs a little bit of money. Actually, $4, I might ask, which is not too cheap at all. Other than that, there are sadly no, warm foods. Only, a snack box at most with some crisps in it. Crisps. So for $11.50, I ordered 2 drinks and, some pretzels. No, you won't really have a feast dinner here on the plane, though.
It's always a must-do in America, eat pretzels, because I think they're banned in Germany, at least from brand of it. Good breakfast.
Now, sooner or later, this 1 hour, 45-minute flight is coming to an end, landing in Atlanta. So let me see, is it going to be a good landing, too? That was not a bad landing, nor a good landing. Anyway, it's time to deboard the plane now. Get out of it. Go into the waiting area at the gate. And then come back. Just 30 minutes later. Which is going to be really awkward when I meet the same flight attendants once again. Just re-entering the plane.
It's time to go back on board. It's going to be awkward. I think they're going to recognize me.
That was a bit of a weird interaction, going back into the plane that I just left 10 minutes earlier. And I said bye as well, and that was interesting. And they were like, what the f*** are you doing here again? No, genuinely, they were wondering that. I said, I'm just interested in planes and I wanted to fly the Spirit Airlines on a free day. Spend as much time as possible as I can with you guys. Anyway, of course, it's now time for the mandatory bathroom review. Here we can see the bathroom of the A320. I mean, it's a little bit Spirit branded. We've got yellow handles. Great. And we do have hand soap, also from Spirit Airlines. I like this very much. I have an issue here. I'm genuinely running out of things to hate about Spirit Airlines. This was totally a good flight. 2 good flights. Good flight attendant, good service. I mean, okay, the plane was a bit broken. Prices were totally alright. Like, this is totally fine. I have nothing negative to say about this flight. That's what I can tell you.
Now maybe a last seat check here, now with 3 passengers a row. That was a little bit cramped, if I'm being honest. This is not the most spacious cabin at all. But I'm a very short guy. I have no issues with the legroom. I don't have anything. This is all right. You know what? I'm starting to realize. Maybe Spirit Airlines is not the devil. This is not the worst airline. Yes, I know this is a very subjective thing. Only 2 flights here. Funny enough, one of which was actually delayed, yes. What most people complain about is like, you know, when something happens, when the flight is cancelled, the customer service sucks, they won't really help you out or anything. That I can't experience now. If everything goes relatively well, you're pretty much good off flying Spirit Airlines. Should you book a family holiday with it? Probably not. If you're gonna fly with checked bags, it's gonna turn out to be more expensive than normal airlines anyway. But if you're alone and on a light fare and kind of expect to, you know, sit, you know, against one another, I think you're pretty much fine flying Spirit Airlines. I don't see anything wrong at all. I wanted to make a scandal video about Spirit, honestly, but that's not gonna happen. By the way, this airline is a whole lot better than the European Ryanair. Come on. If I had flown American Airlines on this route, I would have experienced the same thing for a lot more money. That's pretty much all I have to say. Spirit Airlines might just be Swiss's Airline approved. So, but thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. Now, thank you very much to my highly supporting members like Jamie Ashton, Mike C, James Duram, Ragings, Met RLG, Matt Fan Z, Moritz, Bellhausen, Knots Enthusiast, Shadow, New York, Ryland Williams, Kelly Chaos, John O'Brien, and I'm addicted to Airbus A380s. Thank you.